Hey guys, it's me Pinky. First off, I want to say I would have never guessed I would make a sort of guide for Leana Waters, but since the last Arrow event is like 1 month ago, and normally the Arrow event should be this week, possible it's changed. If it's this week, it would be together with Black Friday, and because of that, arrows could be cheaper. And since I want to have Mainhand from Leana Waters, I guessed, hey, why not talk about the commander overall? Since Miranda, Leana Waters, and Andrea are kind of the same, just with different stats. Can take this for infantry and spears. Also, just you have to change out the word in calf something to inf something or spear something, so you can take all three commanders in here. The only real difference between them is the tavern. I know Leana Waters gives only leadership, Miranda gives you finance and combat rate, and Andrea gives you aptitude and leadership. So everything else is basically always the same. If you look onto Leana, it's for cavalry stats, and if you look onto Andrea or Miranda, Andrea's infantry. Don't get confused because her stats are lower. Andrea is only 2 stars for me because if I use imps with females, I can just use lads, so I never really bothered to work on Andrea. And we also have Miranda, which gives exactly the same stats, just with spears. All 3 are females, so all 3 are kind of fitting into the ladies lineup, but so far 2 or 3. Like I said, everything else will be kind of the same, so I will just talk about Leana Waters now, and the rest is like the same for the other 2. Since the most important part for commanders is the 4-star awakening skill, at least in my mind, and on a long-term base, we will just talk about this, then talk about how the Mainhand changes this, and then I think we will be done. So it's the Dream Rider's charm. When the cavalry preparation of your troops is greater than that of the enemy's infantry, cavalry defense plus 30%. When the cavalry preparation of your troops is less than the enemy infantry, cavalry attack plus 30%. You have to be aware this is a percentage thing, not in total numbers. This is important when you, for example, attack or rally a player's city and you think, hey, they have 3 million imps. I will attack with my cows and I will just have 1 million cows. So of course they will have more infantries than I have. That's not correct, because whenever you have a higher percentage of cavalries, you will get the defense. So in most cases, when you run one line, you will have more percent of cavalry troops than the enemy of infantry troops. So you get the defense bonus. Only if you have, like, let's say the enemy has 80% inf and you have 50-50, then you get the cavalry attack. It's kind of rare that this will give you the cavalry attack 30%. You often get the 30% cavalry defense in most cases, because in most cases, while you run one line, and even if you run 50-50, if you rally a kind of normal player, he will have 30% of everything, or if you're a third boss, 25% of everything. So it's not that easy to have a higher percentage of infantries on the enemy side, so you get the cavalry attack. I still think it's a good thing to have Leana Waters. In my mind, I will keep her just because I want to have the cavalry stats, and she gives a lot of cavalry stats. Her 4-star skill only gives stats, which is not the greatest, to be honest, which was my reason to finish her last of all females, but it's still good to 4-star her because your commander attacks will be faster. As you can see here, from 3 to 4 stars, cooldown gets decreased by 2 seconds on 3 stars and by 5 seconds on 4 stars. This was my main reason to 4-star her, and getting 30% more infantry, getting 30% more cavalry defense was for me a nice bonus, but like I said, this wouldn't be a priority to awaken her if you have to awaken the other first. So now is the question, what does her main hand change, and is it worth it to get her main hand, to give her main hand to her? So first of all, I would say for any calf player that mainly use calf, it's kind of worth it to get it, just so you have a main hand that will give you calf stats, and is not a total main hand. So like, for example, I'm also working on Annie, slowly but surely. And if I get Annie, I can get all 4 troop stats which makes it a lot more unlikely to get cavalry stats, aka will make the reforging of the weapon a lot more expensive. So with Leana Waters' weapon, which is cav, you get the cav stats a lot more easy. So let alone for the base, I think it's worth it and will be my reason why I'm going for Leana Waters unlocking, even though I have the Layla weapon, and the Layla weapon with more stars would be good, but I don't feel the difference. The Layla stars is stronger than having another main hand with base attack. So I will try to get this with discount even better. And on top of just the cav base attack, I get the change 4 star skill, which will kind of lock in the cavalry attack. So whenever I use Leana, you get always 35% cav attack, so you get 5% more. You get always the better stat from the both, because you can test and try it out. 1% attack is a bit better than 1% health, and 1% health is a bit better than 1% defense. So 1% attack is of course better than 1% defense. And you also get another thing, which is the following. Leana Waters' War Soul Awakening skill, Dream Rider's Charm, changed to increase cavalry attack by 35% every time Leana Waters casts an active army skill. It randomly increases either cavalry defense or cavalry attack by 5%. Can stack up to 15 times. So basically every time she hits, you get 5% more stats. Combined with Halma, it's at least 4 times progging, 1 time maybe progging in the last second or not, like luck dependent, but you get 20% more stats. I would say for the weapon effect, unlock it if you like. Of course, if you use Leana Waters, give it to Leana Waters because you get some extra value, but I wouldn't go like, if you want to 4-star something, Layla is good, Leana Waters, I don't know, just gives you stats. And if you look onto 4 stars, like we do here, you see the initial attack stays the same, and it's just the cavalry defense or cavalry attack goes up to 15%. Of course, if you are lucky and you are able to 4-proc a lot of times with Leana Waters, which is really unlikely, and get a lot of attacks, which is also really unlikely, you get a lot of stats from here. I always feel synergy is better than stats, so I would rather work on something else like Layla Moment. Getting more multi-attacks, for example, is in my mind the better thing. Still, I will unlock Leana Waters just because I feel I want the base attack, and hey, if I'm going for cav base attack, then why not give the weapon to the right commander? I hope it helps you. I hope for all of us that every event will be discounted on Black Friday, and well, see you on Friday, spending your black diamonds. Bye bye.